Live in the afternoon, it's Courtney. Does she know that she's here? But look at those ankle socks. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. I need to learn how to read. I'm just gonna keep shuffling. I like jostled my bosoms out of place. I did not do it! That sounds like me when I play the recorder. You can't tell the difference, can you? But being gay. Hello. Hi. Guess what? I remembered to add myself to the stage, and I remembered to close the door while the dryer was going. So even though I feel like absolute garbage, my memory is actually functioning. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I am not. I'm a little sick. I'm a little under the weather, but I have some throat goat tea. I have a lot of liquids here. I have some caffeine, and my water. And for some reason, I was like convinced that I needed a protein shake with a scoop of collagen and some glutamine. So I have that too. Yeah. Anyway, hello. And Danny Vo is here. Hello. And Saw is here. Hello. Frank is here. Courtney, yeah, you sound awful. Yeah, I felt terrible. It was so funny because on Monday I was like, you know, was started feeling tired during the stream, and I was like, this is kind of normal. I feel like this happens often, and I just I guess there's like an afternoon slump I hit or something that I just started getting tired. And I was like, but man, there's just no way. Like, Morgan, Isabel Alive was like, oh, I want to watch this thing. It was Haley Welsh. And I was like, I can't do it. Like, I was like, I can't, I don't have like a second wind to do this. I was like, I gotta lay down. And it's funny because like my throat started hurting on Friday night after I joined Zia. And I was like, oh, I thought like, yeah, I must have been talking so much all day. That's probably why my throat hurts, because that happens to me all the time. And I took a nap after Monday's stream, and then I woke up and was like, I thought I was like okay, like I didn't feel super under the weather, but I coughed a little bit, and it was the taste of infection, like as soon as I coughed, whatever was trying to come up, I could just but back of my throat was like, this, you're sick. Yep. Um and I didn't feel like I was getting full blown sick. I was just like, okay, just feels like it's the beginning of a sick. And usually I don't even get full blown sick, so it's probably fine. And then on Tuesday, well, this one immediately was like, I don't want to be around you. And so she, like dinner time, hey, 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 these fucking dogs. Anyway, so Chungus, come back here, ma'am. You're supposed to be we're proving a point here. I have to go get Chungus. Yeah, go lay down, Penelope. No, come here. So she didn't want to be around me. And what happened was, after dinner, especially, like she came and she ate, and then she just ditched. And I was like, what the fuck? And she wouldn't sleep in my bed, nothing. And I was like, what the hell? This is awful. And then she only showed up for breakfast time. I was like, okay, well, that sucks. All right. And her tail was like tucked. She was scared of me. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. Every time I cough or sneeze, she thinks I'm freaking barking at her. I knew it. And then, so like she had the breakfast, and then like the dogs went outside to go potty, and she came back. She just like, as soon as I was like, I feel like garbage. So I like, did I go back to bed that time? I can't remember if I went back to bed or not. But I mean, like, I wasn't really doing anything. I went back to bed and not necessarily to sleep, but just like lay around and feel miserable. She refused to come anywhere near my room. She just stayed in the living room. And then again, if there was any potty time or feeding time, she would come and get her food, go relieve herself, whatever. But then she would not come anywhere near me. And then finally, yesterday morning, I woke up at like 6:30, something like that. And I fed the dogs, and I was like, my face hurt like that last night. Wednesday night and Thursday morning, my face hurt so bad, and I could hardly breathe through my nose. It wasn't even that like my sinuses were so like clogged. Well, actually, I would have like one sinus clogged and the other one not. So I'd have to be like, I'd have to flare my nostrils really hard. But like also, I would have like my sinuses, my like innards of my nose were so sore whenever it was like painful to breathe through my nose. So I'd have to like alternate between breathing through my mouth and breathing through my nose and stuff. But it was hard to sleep. I couldn't sleep like that. And so I'd have to try to figure out a way to get comfortable enough to where I could easily breathe through my nose to fall asleep. And it just hurt my whole face, my jaw hurt, my whole all through here just was in pain, and it was like a nauseous pain, like when you have a migraine and stuff, like when it hurts and you just want to barf, like the pain where it's coming from just makes you want to throw up. So this whole front of my face, I was like, I'm just gonna throw up through everything here. And I woke up feeling that way, and I was like, this is awful. And but I was exhausted because I didn't sleep very well, but I also was in so much pain and nausea that I couldn't fall back to sleep. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to shove a bunch of vitamins and medicine into my face. But the problem is that you don't want to do that on an empty stomach. And I didn't feel like eating, but that caused a bunch of pain now also in my stomach. And I was laying down and I'm like, holy crap. Okay. I have to eat something. The only way this is going to feel better is if I eat something. So I had some toast, but before I was actually able to get up and do that, the dogs, Penelope and Cricket came in her room and they were just stomping right there on my stomach, the exact part where it hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if they're doing this on purpose because they know that like they're trying to make it feel better or if they're just torturing me. This is terrible. And so finally I was like, well, I can't, I have to get up because this laying here letting them to torture me is not going to work. So I got up and I had like a piece of toast and I took a shower. And it actually, I did end up feeling better enough to like fall back to sleep. And then I woke up to Chungus licking my face. And I was like, so I was like probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh my God. And I actually like felt better. Like nothing was hurting anymore. I was still a little bit tired. And as you can tell, like my voice isn't back to normal, but I felt way better than I did that morning or the night before. And I was like, is this like healing kisses from the dog or is this really just, getting rest? I'd like to believe it's the former or maybe both, but not just the latter for sure. Vengeance Demon. Friday, gotta get down on Friday. So clearly we're not going to be singing a lot of songs today. Plotbot here being weird as usual. Yeah, still mortal to a drop in immunity. Huh? You Sebastian Bach strain of germ. What the fuck is happening here? Huh. Water, glasses, stopwatch, floor mirror. Plotbot is on another planet. Adam Choi, what up? Hello. Yes, I'm still feeling a little under the weather. But I feel good enough to at least hang out for a little bit. And speaking of which, there was something that came up while I was under the weather, and I wanted to talk about this because it made me laugh so hard. And I wanted everyone to laugh with me about this. Have you seen a medical professional? No. What's a medical professional going to do? Put me full of meds and tell me to get rest? Like so far, like it's getting better. It's not like it's getting worse. I'm not having a Jim Henson moment. You know what I mean? No. That situation does upset me quite a bit. I'm getting ready to grill me some salmon. Yum. With some Cajun seasoning. Yum. Yum. That sounds delicious. But in my current state, I'd probably like not fully enjoy it properly, Never go to the doctor. There are times where you should. And unfortunately, I would say honestly, Your best bet is when you're not in a vulnerable state, when you're not sick, that's your best bet to at least try and find like a general practitioner that you can trust. Because you don't want to wind up in a vulnerable situation and then rely on a medical professional that is not in it for the right reasons. And so, and that can be really tough because when you're, when people go through medical school, they, everyone does it for different reasons, right? We're all individuals. And especially back in my day, it was a big deal for women to marry a doctor when I was a little kid. I remember being so confused watching the Golden Girls. And Dorothy was so stoked because her daughter was marrying a doctor. And then she found out he was a foot doctor and she was like, ugh. And I was like, I don't understand. Why was it so important for her to marry a doctor in the first place? Shouldn't she just be happy and in love? And so, like, a lot of times people will do that just to, like, you know, pull chicks or just for a status thing, right? And so, like, but then there are people out there that just genuinely want to save lives. And so it's important to try and find a medical professional that you trust and that you are comfortable with. So that when you are in a vulnerable situation, you can rely on them to help you make proper decisions for your illness. Adam, I kind of like your sick voice. Is it like Phoebe on Friends? Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? I was dying for weeks before finally going to a walk-in clinic and getting antibiotics and prednisone for a sinus infection. Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like if you're sick and it's either not getting better or it's getting worse, yeah, you gotta make the call to go to the doctor. And for me, like I feel like, I didn't even notice that I wasn't feeling very well, really like full blown until Tuesday. And it's funny because on Tuesday I was like, yeah, um, I feel like it's not getting worse, so that's okay. And then like right after that, I felt like it was starting to get worse, and I was like, shit. But then I noticed like it was improving. And so I'm like, okay, it's improving. And and like within a couple of days, right? Like it was like Monday, not noticeable, Tuesday, not so great, Wednesday, really bad, Thursday, improvement. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is we're fine. We're okay. It was like Jim Henson. It took him like a couple of weeks before, and it was like dramatically getting worse. And then finally, he let his wife talk him into going to the ER, and then he died. Yeah, screw my GP, a walk-in clinic for the win. There is that too. I mean, honestly, like I've gone to a walk-in clinic a couple of times, and it's funny because I actually, I had like a really bad sunburn, and my mouth was all blistered up and stuff, and so like they gave me a prescription, but then they were like, "When was your last tetanus shot?" And I was like, "Fucking, I don't know." And so I was like, I mean, I remember going to Walgreens and getting a tetanus shot after I got bitten by a cat, but like, I don't know. That might have been like 10 years ago or maybe 8 years, something like that. They're like, okay, we'll check your records, come back tomorrow. And so I came back the next day. And they're like, what are you doing here? What's going on? Da, da, da. And I was like, oh, the doctor told me to come back today for some reason. I don't know. And then I still got charged for the appointment, even though they didn't do anything. And they were like, we don't even know why you're here. And then it turned out it was because they wanted me to come back to get a freaking tetanus shot, and they didn't even double check my records yet. So I was like, what the hell? Well, why did you even charge me for this? You told me I had to come back, and then you didn't do anything. You I wouldn't have come here, especially if it was over the stupid tetanus shot. I don't want a tetanus shot. All right, let's pull this up before I forget. That sounds terrible. Oh man, Frank coming in hot with the $20. Feel better, hun. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, hopefully I mean I feel like it's clearing up pretty good. I feel like I sound worse than I actually am, especially like hooey. If you would have seen like the agony I was in on Wednesday afternoon, like evening-ish, that was like the worst that it was. It was all that sinus pain and everything and like not being able to breathe. Look at Chunk. And also, it just really sucked that she didn't want to be around me at all. I don't know, maybe I was snoring a lot too. Maybe that's what happened. Um, I mean, I wouldn't know. I couldn't hear it. But she didn't want anything to do with me. And then when she finally started showing up again, I was like, God, I feel like I got a new dog. God, I have this weird like I'm like kind of sweaty from having the heat cranked up. But I'm also like, I don't know, I'm not like super hot. I'm not like freezing cold. It's not like a fever sweat. It's just because I keep cranking the heat up. It's still snow. Well, no, it stopped snowing, but it's been snowing. And then unfortunately, I wasn't feeling very well when the snow was still fresh. And now a lot of it's like frozen to the patio, and the dogs are having a hard time like walking through it. And I tried like clearing it up this morning. I tried like shoveling some of it, but it's so frozen. I'm like, I can't get all of it. So now I'll talk to my brother. I was gonna say I need a man. I know one. It's my brother. I'll ask him about it. I went to the doctor the other day for an issue I've had for a long time. Now I might need surgery. No, I'm not super excited about it. Well, whatever. Okay, whatever the condition is, I'm sure the doctor told you what the condition is. Look it up and see like what all the different treatments can be, and like see if maybe there's another condition out there that has similar symptoms that it could potentially be that might have a different treatment. Like look into it a lot and see if there might be like a better alternative, because sometimes, and I don't want to put this on your doctor because your doctor might actually be a lot more trustworthy, and so I don't want to say that this is what your doctor is doing, but sometimes doctors will look for the easy way out and like the way to make the most money off of you, and sometimes even look for a way to like make you a permanent patient. So like just do a little extra research and see like whatever that condition is called, see if there's something similar that has similar symptoms and what all types of treatments there are, because if you can avoid surgery, that would be best bet. Or like just making sure that you're not like a permanent patient relying off of like permanent meds and all that stuff for it, I'm crossing my fingers. Let's hope that it's not. Let's hope it's a much easier fix than that. Yeah, I don't even trust doctors, so I don't even go. Not to mention, they give out all of your information out loud, how much you weigh, your blood pressure is too high, all that. You know what? And I have to actually say, when I was like super skinny and really excited because I was like losing a lot of weight and I was taking a lot of care of myself, the doctor didn't even out loud say how much I weighed or what my BMI was or anything. And I was so proud of like the shape that I was in. And I'm like, oh, really? So you're not going to announce to anybody that I'm like, that my BMI is like 22 and a half or whatever? Real nothing? You don't want to announce to any strangers at all? You just think that I'm walking through life with everybody just knowing that I'm skinny? This is rude. How dare? Have you been drinking tea? Yeah, I have my tea. This is my throat goat tea. It's throat coat, but I'm coating my throat. Yeah, I haven't. The only thing is that I haven't been. Um, I haven't had any soup because I don't have stuff to make. I don't have the fixins for a soup at all. Like I don't have canned soup. I don't have ramen. I don't have. I think I have vegetable broth, but I don't have anything to put into the vegetable broth. And so I've been really wanting soup, and I can't. I don't have any. Um, so that's frustrating. No, your voice is more sultry than annoying, not like Phoebe. Yeah, remember when she got sick and on Friends? Remember that when she got sick and she was all excited. She was like, "Oh, it sounds so good." And then who I think Monica got sick and she started like licking all of her used tissues to try and get sick again. Are you working on a Muppet voice? Maybe. Ooh, God, it cost me $167 for blood work. Barf. Kevin Brennan's trying to get you on his show. No, he's not. He absolutely is not. If he is, he's very bad at that. But either way, I have no interest in being on his show. I don't want to be on his show at all. But if he doesn't know how to use a DM, then that's his fault. But I don't want to be on his show anyway, so I'm just gonna tell him no. So go back to that thing that we were looking at. No. There we go. All right. So this popped up for me, and I want to talk about it. We're probably going to have to go more in depth in it. What? Okay. So this came up during my downtime, feeling very ill. And it had me rolling. I was laughing my ass off. I need to share it. Now, I tried to look into seeing if I could collect a little bit here and there, some information, so I could, so we could discuss this. But I believe what we're going to have to do is touch on it a little bit today and then go more in depth in it. Why do I not know words? Go more in depth on it, whatever the word is now. I can't even talk on Monday. Because I really do want to make sure I can get a lot more clips going of this woman. But this woman, I don't know if you've heard of her. Let's see here. What was her full name again? Her name is Anijah Robinson, and she's a 33-year-old woman from New York who essentially catfished a man in Pakistan. And he, I believe, was like 19 years old. And he didn't of course he believed he believed her when she said who she was. So he gave her his address, and when she went to his house, his family said and somehow, so she overstayed her visa, and instead of just getting sent home, she became like the town, I don't know, legend. I don't know if she became like the mayor of the town. Suddenly she's doing all these press conferences and she was refusing to leave. So we're gonna watch this clip first. This is just amazing. I love her. All right, here we go.
Saying he talked too much. That's it.
Yes, that's it. Yes, I'm saying. ये भी देखे यही मेरी बात की तारीफ कर रही है.
Listen, you talk too much. It's not.
Come here, please come here.
Listen.
Please.
Be quiet. I'm not sitting down. My plan is to reconstruct this whole country. Okay.
Amazing. My plan is to reconstruct this whole country. She's already like, she has plans. She's been here for like 2 weeks. She's already like, nope, we got to fix this place.
to reconstruct this whole country, okay? I'm asking for 100K or more. I need 20K.
How do you, okay, for $100,000, you're going to reconstruct a whole country? Well, that's just, I mean, even for Pakistan, I feel like that's a little, well, it's a bit lofty. I mean, I don't really know how much you're going to do with 100K. But also, she's not specifying like US dollars, right? So, because $100,000 in US dollars, like that's still like, sorry, honey, that you're not going to really do a whole lot with that. But at the same time, if it's 100,000 rupees, girl, you're not doing anything with that.
Or more. I need 20K by this week.
Okay, this week.
Okay, in my pocket.
In her pocket.
In cash.
Cash.
Okay, that's a demand to the government.
So wait, hold on. So they're just gonna get $100,000. I'm guessing it's US dollars. $100,000 in American dollars, cash, in her pocket. They're gonna get 20,000 in cash by the end of the week.
Hey, that's a demand to the government.
The government.
The government is gonna fix up these buildings,
Yes.
fix up the streets,
Sure,
and clean up these streets. It's ridiculous.
Also amazing is I want $20,000 in my pocket so that the government will clean up these streets and fix up these buildings. What?
Government is gonna fix up these buildings, fix up the streets, and clean up these streets. It's ridiculous out here. I do not like it. Okay?
Well,
I would love for you guys to please understand.
I do not like it. Well, you know what you could do is just go back home. That's an idea.
Okay? I would love for you guys to please understand
Mm-hmm.
that Pakistan is in need of new buses,
Yeah.
new cabs,
Yeah.
new cars.
Sure.
Please.
New cars for citizens buying their own cars. I feel like that's up to them to buy their own cars. Same thing with the cab. I mean, buses, okay, maybe if that's like, public transportation, but I mean, what, how new and why?
New cars. Please listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
My name is Onaija Ahmed. Please
Onaija
understand.
Ahmed. She is saying, by the way, she calls herself Onaija Ahmed because that's the 19-year-old boy that she catfished. That's his last name. So she is also claiming that they are married to each other when he won't even speak to her. Amazing.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
अच्छा बस आप मैं इस मौके पर ये कहना चाहूंगा फैसल पे जो है वो
Okay.
और फिर उसके बाद जो है वो
Listen, I hope he's saying the right things, okay? Like I said.
Girl. Oh my God, that's so amazing. Okay.
Listen, I hope he's saying the right things, okay? Like I said, Pakistan.
So he's talking. He's speaking. A man is speaking in Pakistan. And this woman goes, listen. I hope he's saying the right things. So she's interrupting this man, which I can't believe she didn't get stoned to death for that. And then immediately admits that she has no idea what he's saying.
Listen, I hope he's saying the right things, okay?
Yeah.
Like I said, Pakistan needs to be reconstructed the right way. Do you hear me, guys? Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to...
Girl, here's the thing, though. That's like saying that the moon needs to be reconstructed. I mean, what are we doing here?
Hear me, guys? Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamid.
No.
I'm Onaija Hamid.
No, you're not. By the way, you're not married to him. You're Onaija Robinson.
Do you hear me, guys? Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamid. I'm Onaija Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon.
I'm sure
We're
you
gonna
are.
have our baby in Dubai. It's private. I'm Muslim and it's against my religion to tell y'all my business. Have a nice day. I'm not talking unless y'all giving me
I love this. How she's like, listen, this is my name. This is my husband's name. This is where we're gonna live. This is where we're gonna have our babies. But it's against my religion to tell you my
In
business.
Dubai. It's private. I'm Muslim, and it's against my religion to tell y'all my business.
Sure.
Have a nice
Yeah.
day. I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land
Okay.
and 2,000 or
2000 what?
more every week. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my Pakistani passport and Pakistani ID. I'm getting it. Do y'all agree? Mind your business. What? Talk.
Okay, I'm yet again. I love that.
Again. Have a nice day.
Thank
I'm
you.
not talking
Okay.
unless y'all giving me land
Land.
and 2,000 or more.
She didn't say though. 2000 what? 2000 US dollars. 2000 what? Cows. 2000 pieces of land. 2000 what?
Every week.
Wow.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm getting my Pakistani passport and
Girl, you said you were Muslim and giving out your business is against your religion, but here you are doing this again. I'm getting my Pakistani passport. Why didn't you have that before?
Pakistani ID. I'm getting it. Do y'all agree?
Oh my God, the microphone. She's holding this microphone.
Passport and Pakistani ID. I'm getting it. Do y'all agree?
Do y'all agree?
Mind your business. What?
Mind your business. What?
Look. I'm getting one. Do you have one?
But
Oh, you do. Okay, good. Listen, I don't live here. I'm chilling.
I don't live here. I'm chilling.
It's none of your business. Now go home.
The confidence on this woman is hilarious.
It's none of your business. Now go home. Here. Take it.
What are you doing here?
Take it.
Not your place. If you haven't find him, what's your
Back
plan?
that up.
No.
Oh my God. It's just so funny to me. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find this one. Okay, let me see here. Because there's this other one that she was demanding all sorts of stuff. Is this it? Yeah, I might have to try and collect this this other one in an after hours situation. It was just so funny though, because she was demanding all sorts of stuff for everybody. But so what I discovered in this in watching this was that there was concern over whether or not she had like mental health issues, and she was told like, hey, you gotta leave. You've overstayed your visa. You have to go, and she refused. So they put her in a mental health a hospital, a psychiatric ward or what have you. And then she got out and became like the town like princess. She was everybody's homie. Everybody loved her. And from last I checked, she had not actually gone home yet. There was rumors that like there was a flight purchased for her or something to that effect. That was another thing, is that she was asking for money. She was like, listen, I don't have any money, and so somebody's gonna have to buy my flight home. And she ended up getting, I think it was the equivalent of like 300 rupees, but I think that was like, what was it? Or no, I think it was like 100,000 rupees, and it was translated like $300 US dollars. I think that's what it was. Please keep her. She's hilarious. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like if she ever does want to do an interview, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to reach out to her. She ain't gonna do shit. Reminds me of Tiffany Haddish looking mayor. Oh, Tiffany Henyard. Dude, she's the worst. And that's the funny thing is like Tiffany Henyard is horrible. Onijah Robinson, I mean, she just seems like an SNL sketch right now. And she's gonna buy a house for herself. Well, she needs the land. Yeah, I thought women weren't allowed to talk like that over there. I don't know what it is that's going on. Like, why are they just letting her, especially like screaming over that dude? I was like, excuse you? Yeah, this lady's crazy, but I love her enthusiasm. That's where I'm at. I'm like, what the? But it's just so funny because she's very confident and very much like demand. She is like, you're going to give me this and you're going to give me that. And that's just what it is. And they just let her behave this way. Pakistan is formerly India. 1947 was when it became Pakistan. Is that it? I'm blown away though that this is happening. Let's see here. Honestly, I don't have land or $2,000 to give her. So if I don't have those things, she should just shut the fuck up, right? I'll take that deal. I mean, right now she's entertaining the hell out of me. So I have to say, I don't want her to shut up. Now, at the same time, what the hell is going on? I'm so conflicted because there's part of me that's like, girl, learn some respect. There's another part of me that's like, oh my God. Who knew that you could just do that? Like at one point, there was a clip where I need to find it, where she just demanded Burger King and she didn't want to pay for it. So someone paid for it. I don't know who, but yeah, they took her to Burger King and paid for her to get Burger King. They'll kick her out of the country so fast. For some reason, they're like, oh, she's a princess right now. It's so weird. It's the New York confidence. Yeah, and the machismo. That has to be what it is like the New York confidence. Because like I feel like there is like an East Coast not what's the word? Not vibe, but culture. There's like a culture on the East Coast where like you can do that. You could like people do that. That's just normal. Trying to see if maybe there's a lot of TikTok videos that seem to be. Oh, this might be a good one. I don't know. But yeah, so that's Onijah Robinson. She is her whole story is hilarious to me. I don't like that she catfished that guy. Apparently she catfished him, but she used a filter that gave her blonde hair and blue eyes. Ma'am, I don't know. You didn't even like put on a wig and some contact lenses when you went to his house? Why not? Couldn't even try that. But yes, I am going to try and collect more clips of this over the weekend so that we can further discuss it because shit's hilarious. That has been Yes, that's been like my entertainment for the last couple days. I'm wish I could have collected more on this a little bit sooner because I want to share more of this with you. But that's Elijah Robinson, the woman who catfished a man, pretended to be married to him, and then took over Pakistan. Who knew it was that easy to just take over Pakistan? Imagine the things that you could get done in Pakistan if you just do that. Maybe that's what we need to do. Is just a large group of us need to go over there and just start demanding stuff. Just kind of see what happens. Maybe we could fix Pakistan. Okay. Ooh, this one's a big one, but okay, we're going to talk about that one. Well, this is a little on topic too. I don't know if anybody remembers when I was talking about the surgeon that was pulled out of surgery to be told by a healthcare or not a healthcare provider, but an insurance, a health insurance person to discuss the person's treatment out afterwards, like if they qualify to like have a hospital stay or whatever. There's an update to it. But today I don't want to get too in depth on stuff because I am still not feeling like so great, and so I want to be able to be like on point with more of the serious stuff. But there is an update with that, and I do want to touch base on that at some point in time. But until then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the new queen of this channel. I don't even remember this woman's name, but this lady got arrested for sending fart videos to her ex-boyfriend.
A woman from Wales is facing jail after bombarding her boyfriend's ex with videos of herself farting. Rhiannon Evans, 25, has appeared in court today to plead guilty to harassment in Britain's first ever cyber farting case. She is accused of causing distress or anxiety to her boyfriend's ex after sending videos of herself passing wind. The prosecution told the magistrates that in the first video she sent, she proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas. Over the next few days, another 4 videos were sent of the same nature, showing Rhiannon passing wind and then showing her face smiling at the camera.
I mean, where's the harm?
Her tweeting continued on Boxing Day and New Year's Day, despite police getting wind of what had happened. Rhiannon was arrested at her home in Carnarvon and will be sentenced this week.
Oh, man.
A woman from Wales is facing jail after bombarding her boyfriend's ex with videos of herself.
Oh, it's not her ex. It's her boyfriend's ex. But, like, okay. It would have been better if it was just her ex-boyfriend. Because, like, if it's your boyfriend's ex, who cares? She's just some chick. But it's still really funny. She got arrested for farting, for sending fart videos. Like, that's a legend right there. Sorry, but I love, cyber farting. Cyber farting. I mean, honestly, it's kind of sad because, like, dude, what is going on over there that this is more important to put somebody in jail for sending cyber farting videos or whatever than people who are committing like actual crimes. Like when you're trying to like unload the prison to put people in prison for memes, it's just like, okay, we gotta no, stop it right now. Don't put her in jail for sending cyber farting videos. Like, give her a fine and just be like, listen, stop it. We're gonna take away your phone privileges. This is when you take away phone privileges, okay? You're not allowed to have a phone. That's how you do it. It was pretty funny though. Those two stories were very funny to me. Some lady was sending fart videos and got arrested for it. And another lady tried to take over Pakistan and may have actually taken over Pakistan, but we're not 100% positive yet. Oi, not very proper, young lady. I know. Also, like, how is she able to fart that much? First of all, like, if I have one, getting ready to come out, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I have enough time to record. But also, like, I'm not much of a farter these days either. Yeah, landline only. You can have access to a landline, and that is it for a certain amount of time, right? Like, okay, for the next, I don't know, 6 months or whatever, a year or something. I don't know. 6 months I think is pretty fair, right? For sending fart videos, like, listen, we're going to confiscate your cell phone. You can't have a new one. All right? You're like right now, if you go to any cell phone provider and try to get a cell phone, you're not allowed. You can't. They're not legally, they're not allowed to give you one. And then you have this government issued landline for the 6 months. And then after that, like, you're good. And then if you keep doing that shit, also, like, block her number, stupid. What are you doing? They make cell phones that are limited that you buy from the state or the county. Oh, like, so, like, basically limits where you can't, like, send videos or whatever. See, that would work. Something. Like, because obviously there's going to be times where you're going to need to use a phone, right? Whether, like, if you're going to work and you're going to be late or whatever, you need to be able to contact your boss. If you need to call 911, like, there's going to be times where you have to, like, you need to use a phone. But it's just, I mean, with the government having that much control over your shit anyway, especially in the UK, like, wouldn't they be able to just, like, block access to contacting that person? Because it's apparently it's that particular person that's the issue. It's like people like the Menendez brothers or Gypsy Rose, or it's like, yeah, somebody was murdered, but it was like the person that they wanted to murder is no longer around because they were murdered. So, like, they're not gonna do it again because what was causing the problem is no longer a problem. So now what? So there's that. Like, I think, like, yeah, block access to her contacting that person. However way you can do that. And there you go. Amazing. That little creature. Can you believe it? Can you believe this little thing? She didn't want to talk to me for 2 days. I thought it was very nice of her, though, to help me get back to being upright, like a burner phone. In a way, yeah. Except, like, that's your, like, regular phone. What also, ladies, I have to ask. Well, I think there's one lady in the chat right now. Are there any? Do we have, how many ladies do we even have here? But, so let me just send this message to one person, or who knows, maybe this will be spread to ladies down the road. But what is it about, like, why Why care about a boyfriend or a current partner's ex? Why do we care about them? Like, I don't know. Maybe we need more context to that story because maybe that person, maybe the ex was like starting shit first, and so that was her way of retaliating or something. But like why? Like for me, I don't think I've ever cared. Like I don't think I've ever dated a guy where I even there's one guy I dated that I actually knew about any of his exes. Like one of them, like he dated one girl that he was like still friends with, and that was like it's a weird story. 'Cause I was in a band, he was in a band, and one of his bandmates was dating the ex-girlfriend. And like she was also in a band, and like all of our bands were like playing shows together and stuff. Um, and like, she was still friends with like his circle of friends and all this stuff. And so like, and I was friends with her. And that's the only time I ever dated somebody who like I even knew about an ex. And I didn't give a shit that they used to date. Other than that, yeah. Oh no, there was one guy that I was like dating sort of. Well, okay, no, it's not that bad. Because I met him while he was still dating the whatever girl, and then she immediately did not like me. It was at a wedding. And I was like dancing with all the single boys and having a good time, and apparently that was very threatening. I don't know. Anyway, they broke up. Okay, they broke up, and I don't know. He started messaging me, and we talked. We like very platonically, very whatever, for like 6 months or so, and then I like dated him, so I like knew about his ex, sort of, but like I didn't feel like contacting her by any means. I didn't care. So like I just don't understand. I can't think of like, hey, tell me who your ex is and give me her phone number. How'd you get her phone number? Like, or I mean, how did you contact her? Wait, apparently the clash between the women has to do with the farter being blocked from seeing her child. Okay, now that's a problem. Okay, we have to deep dive this more. Yeah, I never cared about someone's exes. I think it's a possessive thing for some people, like you'll always be mine kind of attitude. Yeah, which is so weird. It's like you don't need to be in a relationship if that's where you're going with it. But okay, so now we need to do some more deep diving on this woman because I mean, granted, that wouldn't be my answer to it if the farter was getting blocked from seeing her child by the boyfriend's ex. Because that's a problem. Because now it's like, okay, why does that person care so much about this current relationship? If it's not yours, you're not in the relationship, whatever, it's not affecting you. If you're doing stuff to like block your ex-boyfriend's girlfriend from seeing their kid. But again, that's not I'm not going to answer. My response to that is not going to be, hey, I'm going to send you a bunch of farting videos and then get arrested. I would get authorities involved and be like, this person needs to get the hell out of my life, out of my business, because it's none of their business. And these are my kids. But then again, at the end of the day, that's why you have to be a lot pickier about having children. I mean, obviously easier said than done, but like, don't be having kids with somebody you're not going to be in a relationship with later. But especially if they were never married, if she was never married, don't be having kids with them. I don't see no rings on his fingers. You ain't getting no kids. Hold on a second. I need to go switch my laundry over real quick. Okay. Okay. Somebody showed up to help. Hey. Okay, so it's probably the father not letting her see the child and sending farting videos could be used in court to prove she does not make the best decisions and make things worse. So, okay, wait. Because, okay, if the farter is the one that's being blocked from seeing the kids and she's sending it to her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. So if the father, the part that I'm confused about on that though is that where is the father in that, right? Like, is the father hanging out with the current boyfriend's ex? That's what's going on here. I don't understand. I needed to further deep dive, but I just think that she is hilarious for deciding that she's just going to send fart videos. Oh, buddy. Amazing. You guys, is the Super Bowl this weekend? I keep forgetting that the Super Bowl to me is also, yeah, February 9th. Yep. Super Bowl to me is similar to Joe Biden as president. I just keep forgetting. I kept forgetting. I could not stop forgetting that Joe Biden was president. I forgot all the time. And I keep forgetting that the Super Bowl is this weekend. Part of it is because Jim Stansel was saying like, oh, it's football season. And so I don't have a lot of time to have a guest on. And so I'm like not inviting Courtney to be on Sports Mask because I don't have time with everything that I'm talking about with like all the football stuff. So once football season's over, I'll have time to like invite Courtney on again and like other guests as well. And since he said that though, he's invited me on like quite a few times. And like most of the time, there's like I think one time I was able to actually hop on real quick, but like most of the time I'm like, sir, I'm still sleeping. It's 3 hours. I'm 3 hours behind you. Or like I'm not even at my house. Like, sir, could you, can you invite me a little bit? Can you just let me know what's going on so I could plan around this a little bit sooner? Because I had no idea, and now I'm in the middle of something. So then I just kept thinking that maybe football season was over, and I'm the idiot, but it's not. Also, what's really funny is he has no idea that I was watching yesterday. And he made a few comments. And all right, sir. I get it. Oh well. I use Super Bowl to remind me that baseball's starting soon. That helps. I mean, the thing is, like, okay, I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's a TV in my living room. I don't know how to use it. Okay. I don't, because of this, all the things that from like when I was younger, when I would watch TV, they would like, let me know that something was happening, whether like, oh, there's a new movie coming out. Here's a bunch of trailers for it, right? Or the Super Bowl is coming, or even like advertisements for like concerts that are coming. Like I don't watch that stuff anymore. And so like I just completely forget that there's like that world exists. Because you have to have a specific algorithm going in your social media feed if you want to see that stuff anymore. And so like I don't know what's going on. I don't see any Super Bowl ads at all. People like, and that's another thing too, is like people talk so much about all sorts of shit. Like, here's the thing: nobody stopped talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and all this shit, right? Like after the last time there was a Super Bowl, I believe it was last year. No one stopped talking about them, and so like, how am I supposed to know that like that one ended and then this one began, right? Like this football season ended and this football season began. How am I supposed to know if you don't stop talking about it? So, but thankfully I live stream. I am a sort of, I don't even know if we can really technically call myself a streamer at this point in time, but thankfully I do live streams and there are people in my chat who are nice enough to help me out with that stuff, Okay, hell yeah, Chiefs Nation. All right, so we got somebody rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at that. I knew. Well, I know what that, and Travis Kelce's on that team. I know that much too. And well, I also know that Travis Kelce is like almost as good, maybe as good as Rob Gronkowski as far as tight ends in the NFL. I don't know, man. There's certain things about Rob Gronkowski on the field though that like you can't just put into numbers, right? You can't just be like, yeah, statistically speaking. Like, no, I'm sorry, man. Like he can make third or fourth on any one of those lists. I get it because there are numbers, but like you watch that guy with a fucking back injury dragging a friggin' 250-pound football player with his foot, and you tell me that guy isn't an incredible tight end or just a football player in general. Courtney, you're gonna watch it? I don't know how to use my TV. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I know how to use my TV. I mean, I know how to use it better than I think I do. It's just I never use it, you know. So maybe we'll see what happens. She says she doesn't know how to use the TV in her living room. I know. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to watch it otherwise. I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I think I can figure it out. I have an older brother. He can help me sort that kind of shit out. Look at that. I'm gonna have chicken wings and potato skin. Chicken wings and potato skin Super Bowl Sunday. That sounds tasty. I will probably just have soup. I might have soup. I might Vacuum, probably. We'll see. I just, I'm a simple lady. And I mean, it depends. It depends. Like, if I end up feeling better by then, it seems like I'm on the up and up. Courtney, it's on Fox 13 Seattle. Okay. I'm sure, at some point in the afternoon, if I'm just flipping through channels, it'll show up, Courtney, do you have Netflix? Sort of, not really. So my nephew has like a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of logins on the TV in my living room. And he is logged into a Netflix account on that on the TV. I try to use it sparingly because it's not mine. But like when the Dave Chappelle special came out, like I had to watch it for sure. I think there's something on it. Oh, I think there's an O.J. Simpson like mini docu-series on Netflix. I'm hesitant though, because it could go one of two ways. I remember watching the Amanda Knox one on Netflix, and I was like, whoa, I can't believe people are still trying to say that she's guilty of anything. But sometimes Netflix can get weird with stuff, So I don't know. Anyway, so I watched the Dave Chappelle special, and that was amazing because he is the GOAT. And then, I might want to watch the OJ series though. Wait, Courtney, it'll stream for free on the Tubi app. What? The OJ Simpson thing? What? Stream what? The Super Bowl? What are we doing? You should watch Alice in Borderland. I don't even know what the hell any of that means. Rob Gronkowski was the GOAT. Fucking hell yeah, he was. I love Rob Gronkowski. There's so much about him that I think I just think he's just the great. He's just, everything about him is awesome. He has just such a funny public persona. I don't even know how much of it's real. Maybe all of it's real. I love his story about how like he was drafted on the Patriots when he like before he was even picked, like he he had that back injury and wasn't even expected to like do a full season, but they were kind of struggling when it came to players in general. And so they were like, wanting to recruit him, and in his like final interview with who was it? I think it was like with Bill, is it Belichick? Is Belichick's the one that, yeah, he was the coach on the Patriots, right? And like a few other people, he was waiting for them. Like I think they were like started the little interview, whatever, and they got up and left. And I think his back was hurting or something, and so he needed to lay down. And he fell asleep, and they came in and found him asleep on the floor, and they still were like, I don't know, there's something about him. So they drafted him anyway. And again, like he wasn't even expected to make to play for a full season because of his injury. And he overcame so much. Like he managed to like forget he was even injured, I guess. Something happened. And he ended up becoming like, not only did he end up, playing for a full season unexpectedly, but he ended up being one of the best in the league, like historically, not even just during that time. And like, I mean, look at him now. He's just so incredibly successful. I love his story. His story, Tom Brady's story, is somewhat similar, where he was not expected to be like a good player at all, and he was just a backup. And then he ended up like winning. I think he ended up winning like the first Super Bowl that the Patriots had in forever, or something crazy like that. It's a really beautiful story, but Gronk's is my favorite, especially because like he was drafted at the same time Aaron Hernandez was. And Aaron Hernandez also was not expected to like play that long because of all of his gang related activities. And you just see like the difference in their paths because of how like Gronk was like, no, I'm going to overcome these things and I want to get better. And Hernandez was like, I'm leaning into this shit. Like I'm going to be a victim of my upbringing. I'm going to be a victim of my injury, brain injuries, because he definitely had CTE. I'm going to be a victim, and I'm going to be an enemy of my teammates. Whereas Gronk was like, I'm going to be the best friends with my teammates. I'm going to overcome all these things that are keeping me, that are holding me back. I want to work harder. I want to do better. And he is so successful now, whereas Aaron Hernandez is dead. And, ended up doing a lot of terrible things in the meantime. So it's just like, that's what makes Gronk's story even better is like you have somebody, granted, I don't like comparing him to, Aaron Hernandez, because that just sucks. But at the same time, like when you look at that side by side of like how they had like, a similar beginning to their stories and how he chose to like take such a positive path, and because that's what he wanted. He wanted to be an NFL player. And I find that to just be like such an incredible story. Courtney, Super Bowl on Tubi app. So I could watch it on my desktop if I wanted to. Courtney, Soup Girl, go to Outback Steakhouse and get you bloomin' onion. No, that sounds terrible. Danny Vo left or is leaving or something. Bye. Not to mention Netflix is raising their prices again. Well, and that's the thing is like I had Netflix. I got Netflix around the time that Firefest documentary came out. I was like, I have to watch this. So I got it. And I was using it for a while. I was actually like actively using it. And then I stopped using it for like a year. And I was like, well, I need to cancel this. I haven't used it in a year. Like I have Hulu, and I only have Hulu because I get it for free with my Spotify account. That was the same thing with John Elway in the 80s. I love that. Yeah, I just think, and like, I mean, Gronk, like, not only did he like manage to allow himself to like play in the NFL, because that's what he wanted to do, but he managed to play in the NFL and become like one of the best in his in his position, right? So he was like he was tight end, and he was one of the best tight ends in the league, like historically. If you look up, if you like when you Google like who's the best tight end in the NFL, he's always like, no matter what list it is, he always is like third or fourth. Because there are the two, I always forget their names. So there was the two that like their numbers were better than his. And on top of that, he played for like 9 years or something crazy, which is like that's a very long time for somebody to be playing football, which by the way, how is Eli Manning not dead? I just found out that he's still playing. Eli Manning is still playing football. He's been playing, he's like 945 in football years. Like this guy is, but like, so you got Gronk here who wasn't even expected to play for a full season. And he worked so hard just to be able to like continue playing in the league. But then he played for 9 freaking years, which is very long for a football player. And he ended up being like one of the best historically for multiple years. Like it's been like, I mean, I don't know how long that list is going to last because there's going to be so many players coming and going over the years, and who knows what numbers people are going to be putting up in the future. But like for as long as he's been considered one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Like, it's just incredible. I find it to be so inspiring. I think a lot of people should look at that story and consider that for their own goals and for their, for whatever it is that they want to do. You don't have to just, oh, I want to play for the NFL. And so now I can look up to him. I think that anybody can look up to him. And just consider, like, what is it that's holding me back? What is it, like, that's causing me to, not really be taken seriously or whatever? And like, what can I do to prove that this is like this, that I'm deserve this? I think part of it too for him was that he accepted that he might not make it. Like, he was like, I want to do this, but I don't, considering my situation, who knows how far I'm going to be able to get with this. And the fact that he got drafted, has everybody here seen that video of him the day when he got drafted, and he was like crying, and he was like, this is like the best day of my life, like I can't believe he said something really cute too. It was like, I get to be like catching the ball from like the best quarterback in the league. It was so sweet. And you could just see, like, he was so thankful for what he had. And so when he got what he was hoping for, like, he essentially went into it going, I don't really know if I'm going to get this. Like, I don't know, like, if I should expect to have this. And then it was given to him and he was like, holy crap. And he immediately put like his all into being the best. And I think that, like, anybody can take whatever situation that they have and whatever they think is like in their way and go, okay, look, this might be something that holds me back. This might be something that keeps me from achieving my dreams, but I still have a dream. And, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least I tried. And when you let go of it, when you're just like, look, this might not, I don't know if this is going to happen. And that's okay. That's when you really start seeing things unfold. Hayden Christensen, for instance, like he really like genuinely thought that like he was not going to be Anakin Skywalker. Like he was like, there's like part of the audition was to actually fly out to Skywalker Ranch. And he was like, I don't have like money for a plane ticket. Like, I can't do this. Like, this is like, I guess it has to go to somebody else. And like, yeah, at one point he even asked George Lucas, like, what, like, are there other like smaller roles maybe that I can audition for? Cause like, I don't really know if this is right. He went into it thinking like, I don't know if this is really going to happen. And then he freaking got the role. And when you know it, he immediately like started busting his ass and really tried to do his best to do that role justice. And I know people argue like, oh, he was horrible for the role. No, the role wasn't written very well. It wasn't written very well. He acted in that role very well. And he did what he was supposed to do, but the role just wasn't written, especially Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith was better. But like how hard he worked to like for all the lightsaber fights and everything. He worked so hard to be as good as he possibly could be for that role. Same thing with Gronk. He really didn't expect things to happen. He just accepted that it might not happen. It happened anyway, and he immediately just like busted his ass to be the best he could be. How did we even get on this? Oh, we were talking about the Super Bowl. Yeah. So is everyone else watching the Super Bowl? Oh. Wait, wasn't the best tight end Jake Butts? Jake Butts was meant to be a tight end. Jake Butts, you know what? I admire Jake Butts so much for deciding to be a tight end. He's my hero. I love him. Jake Butts. I have money in a pool, so I'm watching, but I really don't care who wins. Wait, if you have money in a pool, don't you care who wins? Did you put money on the Chiefs? Because, like, let's be real. Let's see here. Yeah, my uncle told me that John Elway sucked in the 80s before he got better. He improved over time and led the Broncos to two Super Bowl championships in 97 and 98. Wow. Good for him. Yeah, I remember John Elway, like I remember that name, like and him being known for being a good football player. Wow, I know so much about him. But like I remember that. So it's funny. It's interesting to hear that like he wasn't very good at first. But see, that's what happens when you work really hard. Yes, an inspiration to weird named people everywhere. If you have a weird name and you're not going to change it, just lean into it and get a job that's fitting with your name. Yes, I'll be watching Super Bowl Sunday on Tubi or on just a regular cable. It's so weird. Hi, honey. I missed you so much. I missed her so much. Like, I couldn't believe. Look at her, my baby. I couldn't believe she just like ditched me for a couple of days. How sad. All right, let's see here. We're an hour and a half. I mean, that's not bad. I don't have like my voice is coming and going. So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign or what, but you're cute too. Yeah, I didn't have a whole heck of a lot more planned because I wasn't really sure how long I was going to be able to last through all of this. But I got to say, you know what? I kind of like this voice too. Maybe I'll get sick again. I'm already like, here's the thing. Right now, I'm like, oh gosh, like I'm actually feeling a lot better than I was. Granted, I will say I did take the last of my meds. And I did for the first time since Monday, took some of my Adderall, right? So I had some Adderall and Dayquil or off-brand Dayquil, right? I even saved that last bit of the Dayquil for today, even though I wanted to take it yesterday. But I was like, listen, I should actually do a live stream, and I should, just in case if I'm not feeling 100%, I should save this for the occasion. So yes. Courtney, how about some lozenges? You know what? That's a good idea. Here's the thing. Goodnight Mister the other day was telling me like, oh, you need to get like 4 hours Sudafed, blah blah blah, and I was like, sir, I'm not leaving my house. I could probably leave the house now. And here's the thing. I also I ran out of coffee creamer. And I almost feel like that is like more of an emergency than not having lozenges and Sudafed. Although the Sudafed right now is no longer needed, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. I do need to stock up on some meds just in case that something like this happens again. Because I don't know, like even though I don't really get sick very often, at the same time, I'd rather have expired medication ready instead of versus none, right? And some might say like, oh, that's dangerous. It's just like not as effective. Okay. So, but I'd rather have something that's like not as effective versus like none at all. Okay. So there's that. But yeah, I think I need to stock up on some stuff. Yeah, I think some throat lozenges will help a lot. And Monday might actually be Monday might actually be something. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Okay, wait, hold on. No, it's a score pool. 100 boxes, random numbers picked. If your box wins, you win. I have Chiefs 6, Eagles 0. So the score is Chiefs 6, Eagles 10, I win. Or if Chiefs 16, Eagles 10, I win. Interesting. I don't understand any of that. But fantastic. Andrew Thomas, hello, happy Friday. Oh, Healer's here. Hello. Hello, YouTube streamer. Just gargle some salt water and eat B12 like candy. Well, salt water helps if you have like a sore throat, right? Because like right now, it's just my voice is like getting scratchy in and out, but like my throat doesn't hurt at all. Like my throat hasn't been hurting for a while now. Why is a football pool so difficult to understand? Listen, if I was participating in the rules weren't explained to me in a live chat, it would probably be a different story. Okay, but that's not the case. And so I don't get it. All right. Oh God, I will never forget the year I had strep throat 3 times. That year was miserable. Yeah. Oof. Blah. Oh God. See how scared she gets? Honey, it's okay. I love you. It's okay. Hey. Your mouth smells like a fart. Scared the poof out of her. She gets very scared. I'm hoping she yawns again, but does her little beep yawn. Oh, I love you so much. Yeah, she gets scared when I cough. And like and she like I think she thinks I'm barking at her. It's so weird. But she gets scared every time. I'll just clear my throat and she freaks out. So yeah, for like from Monday afternoon, from Monday afternoon until like yesterday. I love you. You're so cute. She was like in hiding, and she would just come out when it was feeding time. I mean, she wasn't like in hiding. Hi. Yeah, she would just come out during feeding time and potty time. That was it. My poor little baby. Otherwise, I mean, granted, like she would just basically sleep on the couch and stuff instead of, but she just wouldn't come anywhere near my room or me. And like her little tail would be tucked when she ate. Oh, my poor baby. I shout sneeze like a true dad. I used to have a coworker. Oh man, I loved him so much. I could barely understand him though. He's Japanese, and he he laughed like the Count, and he would sneeze so loud that like I could have sworn the windows were busting out every time. I'm like, sir, these insurance claims for these windows have got to be through the roof. This is just out of control. You gotta chill out. But like all the time, like I wouldn't even know he was in the office, and then out of nowhere, I just hear, "Achah!" And I was like, oh, there he is. Gotta go say hi now. Or like sometimes I would just hear, ah, 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 ah. And I was like, yep, he's in the office today. What a guy. I do kind of miss working at that place, but I knew I needed to leave. I would yell, Gojira at him. I should have. He was so funny. Oh man, I loved him. All right, I gotta pee, so hold on a second, okay? I forgot that Jonathan Davis beatboxed and scatted in Freak on a Leash. Does anybody remember this? Go! That guy became a millionaire from that, by the way. Here I am doing that for free, and homie was getting millions of dollars to do that on stage every night. But like seriously, how come we didn't talk about that more? Jonathan Davis is over here with his dreadlocks. Go! And we just accepted it. We turned him into a millionaire. What? We did that. We were like, this is perfect. Thank you, Jonathan Davis. I mean, for crying out loud, nowadays he would have been protested and harassed, I think, for the cultural appropriation. Corn Prodigy mashup, please. Go! Oh man. Subscribe for more of that. Yeah. I forgot that Jonathan Davis beatboxed and scatted. Oops, I forgot that I had it on a loop. All right. Anyway, back to business. Hi, Penelope. Okay, bye. Rude. Chunga, you come back? Where'd Chunga? Hi. What a baby. So there you go. Proof that Chungus is no longer scared of me. Look, your little snoot. Cricket's little snoot in the corner. My little baby. Okay. Okay. Hey, Chris Mack, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, now what? Now what do we do? Let's just double check some stuff. Maybe there's something fun that we can something fun from Twitter that we can look at. Or should we just watch that video of that lady in Pakistan again? That was just so funny to me. That lady in Pakistan. How do you do that? How do you just take over the country? Maybe it wasn't the whole country. Maybe it was just like the one maybe just the town, that one small town she just took over, but still, for crying out loud. How did she do that? Okay, let's just watch this for funsies. This looks adorable, you know. I might have to. I'm worried about copyright crap. But look how cute. Just this little baby. His little baby is dragging a little friend in a wheelchair. Because his little friend needs help. I love it so much. What a good baby. You're a good baby. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Anyway. Very cute. I know. It's the cutest thing in the world. That's just, I can't even like. The only one of my dogs that would do that is Chonga. My little Chonga bagel. She would do that for sure. I don't think any of the other ones would. Penelope, though, because I think that she just doesn't know how. Like, she would just not understand what was going on. She would just like, huh? What? And Cricket is selfish and upset that she's not the only dog on the planet. So there's that. And then we got Healer over here coming in hot with the $10. Here's a yellow thing. Oh, is that what we should call them? Is a thing instead of boys? Yellow things, pink things. Have you noticed also, though, in the world of calling super chats boys, everything under $10 is not a boy? Like the blues and the greens are not boys. They're like hardly acknowledged. That's a little sad, you know. They're just trying to make their making their way downtown. Poor guys. They're just trying to exist. Those stuck up streamers. It's to a point too where I'm like, gosh, does that even hit the ear right? Like green boy, blue boy, you know? So maybe that's what we just do. All of them are things. It's a yellow thing, a blue thing, a green thing, red thing, pink thing. But all of them are acknowledged as a thing. So, because all super chats, wow, all super chats matter. The blue, all of them. The red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue. Why isn't there a purple, by the way? There's a pink, but not a purple. That's weird. Why is that? That's very weird. All right. Well, yet they still say rainbow night. Yeah. How is that even possible? There's no purple. God, these people, we really need to help them out, help them understand what they're doing. They're just messing everything up. Okay. Maybe you send a red and a blue to get a purple. But does that mean that you have to get 2 red boys and 2 blue boys then? Because you need 1 each to represent their own, but then you need another 1 each to make a purple as well. Someone got my info waiting, new card in the mail, bastards. Wow. I had to get a new card recently. Part of it was my problem, but I just went to the bank, got a new one right then and there. But I don't know how many banks do that now. They just make it right there. My bank does. Got a new one right then and there. And it looks like a cassette tape now. That sucks. The reason why I had to get a new card with those was because I'm an idiot. I forgot. Anyway. Oh well. I forgot that I was trying to cancel something, and then the payment went through, and then it was like but then the bank was like, "Hey, do you want this charge?" And I was like, "No. They texted me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no." And then I needed to talk to somebody on the phone about it, and then but it was like right around Christmas time. And it was right around that time that I got that terrible 3-week migraine or whatever. And so the case for it closed, and I had to go in the bank. The thing is, I was gonna have to get a new card made anyway. But yeah, it was weird. But oh well. I don't drive. What? Wait, you live in New York or something? I would die if I didn't drive. In fact, back in the day, like when I didn't drive, like when I didn't have a car. Whew. I don't wish that on anybody. In fact, I was actually thinking I'd like to get to a point where I could actually kind of help people out in situations like that. I when I was in beauty school, there were a couple of people actually that didn't have cars, and they would ask me for rides. And a lot of times I'd be able to help out. But then I just kept thinking man, when I didn't have a car and I'd ask people this, and especially the same person over and over again, for rides and stuff, what a drain. I had to have been, because there is a point where it's now that person that's giving you rides, now they can't make plans to do something else because you need a ride from them, right? And while that doesn't mean that person doesn't deserve a ride home. It's just a matter of you should have your own independence. Like, you shouldn't feel like worried that you're not going to be able to get a ride home, especially like late at night. Like when I was in school, like we were in school until 10 o'clock at night. Like, yeah, you shouldn't feel like you can't get a ride home at 10 o'clock at night. And so just thinking like, is there a way to start like a group where, people can, have like a bit of a community where if somebody is struggling and they need help with something, whether it's like getting a driver's license or getting a maybe getting a car or whatever, or just whatever it is that they're struggling with that they need to like get to the next step, like having like a community for people so to like help people out, like locally, getting like that assistance that they need to get to the next step. Because like, my God, what a pain in the ass that has to be. I mean, I remember like that sucked, and it would have been so nice to like have a community around me to like help me get to the next step instead of however long it took for me to get to that point. Oh yeah, I don't have a car right now and it sucks. I ride my bike everywhere. Yeah, and like that, I mean, having a bike at least can be useful. Now, I will say it's actually really interesting because I was talking to a friend of mine about this not too long ago, but like years and years and years and years and years ago when I would take a bus to get to and from work. I remember even like in the winter, like even though it was freezing cold, and I had to buy snow boots and a snow jacket just to like comfortably get to and from work. I still like I didn't feel that bothered by the weather as so many other people around me did. Like there were so many people that complain about the weather, about like how cold it was, how gray and gross it was, and like all this stuff. And I feel like nowadays, more and more, like I find that I'm complaining more and more about the weather. And like part of me is like, okay, maybe it's me just getting old. But then another part of me is like, is it because I'm so much more comfortable now? Like I don't have to, I'm only exposed to the elements for so long, and like I'm almost like taking that for granted. Like I'm just like, no, I don't want to leave the house because it's so cold, and I don't have to because I have my privilege of my car or whatever. Like, is that it? Like, do I need to just like practice just going outside and being just being outside and not like uh not complaining about it, I guess, or whatever. Like, because I feel like I complained so much less about the weather when I had to be outside, whether it was like walking a short distance to work, or taking a bus to work. It seems to me like I complained so much less about it then than I do now. Because like right now, and it's been like, okay, lately it has been way colder than usual, than like a lot of winters that we have around here. But then again, like, is this just me like remembering wrong? Because I know for a fact that it has snowed here, like, gosh, almost every year since I've lived in this house. I mean, yeah, probably. So like, I don't know. Maybe I am just like, maybe I would complain a lot less about it if I just was outside more. but I'm not. Instead, I just stay inside and complain about something that I'm not even in. Whoa, light bulb. I actually like walking in the rain if it's not cold. Well, and that's another thing too, is like the rain didn't bother me that much. The only time the rain would ever bother me really is if it was like super windy and like I couldn't even use my umbrella because like it would just blow my umbrella like inside out and stuff. Or like if I had to walk to work and like then I looked like I swam to work, right? Stuff like that. And even then though, like I remember one time walking to work and all I had was like a hoodie and I was like drenched and I just like I was at work a little bit early and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and air dry my hair a little bit, whatever. And then I just went through the day. It wasn't even that big of a deal. I think I was like half damp, like pretty much the whole day. And then by the time I was like maybe almost dry, I walked home in the rain. And it was just sort of like, that's what it was. I got home and I took a shower and like put on dry clothes and that was it. And it was like annoying, but I don't remember being like, oh, this rain. Like I was just like, yeah, it rains here. And now, like if it rains, I'm like, that's it. The day is over. The snow melted so quickly where I'm at. It's like it never snowed. That's pretty much what it's like out here. It's just my back patio is still not melted and it's basically ice. And so the poor puppies, they can't walk in it very well. Poor Penelope. Oh my God. Although I will say, I feel like she kind of tricked me a little bit because like last night she was like, and I was like, oh my God, her little paws. Oh no. And so when I let her out again, I actually like took her all the way out to the yard. But then I was like, okay, go potty or whatever. And she kind of sniffed around. And then she just ran back inside. And I was like, ma'am, I thought the ice, like I thought the frozen snow was hurting you or was too cold or something. But no. I was very upset. But oh well, as long as she's happy and comfortable, that's all I really care about. Dress for it and wear a cute wool hat. Well, and that's another thing too, is that like, I think I've talked about this before where like, if I go somewhere, I have a tendency of losing like my jacket. I'll forget my jacket somewhere. And so like, I don't have a lot of that stuff because I tend to lose it if I wear it somewhere. However, I do have a couple of like good long sleeve like under layers. And that's the important part is you really want to make sure that your chest layers are layered up good. Because that's what starts to make like the hands and feet get cold. If you're too cold in the chest area, it starts to like choke out like blood flow to other areas, like the warm, so you're not like getting as warm. So you want to make sure that yes, you have like gloves and socks and like good warm comfy shoes and all that stuff. But the important part is the chest layer mostly. And so it's not so much that you have to have like a bunch of warm layers and stuff. It's more so that you want to make sure that you have more like layers. And so I have like some good like thinner layers that I can put on top of each other. And then I would probably put like this thing because it's like a sweater dress on top. And then probably like one other layer, like a hoodie or something. And then my gloves. And then I have like my leggings. And then I can put, I could actually have like tighter leggings I could probably put on underneath another pair of leggings. And I have some like good workout leggings that are a little bit stretchier. So those could easily go over another pair. And then some sweatpants. And then my nice woolly socks. Put a couple of layers of those on. I have actually one pair of socks that's like meant to be, what's it called? Like smart wool or whatever. So put those over top. And then my UGG adjacent boots that I took from my sister. I didn't take them from her. She left them here. And then yeah, so I could be fully prepared when it is too cold. I'm glad that you guys were here for all of that. I think I even still have those snow boots. It's just those snow boots are like messed up because they're white. And I was trying to fix my Jetta during the winter time. And so like I wore them during that time because it was so freaking cold. And now they're like marked up with a bunch of grease and stuff. But the thing is like they still work. They're still boots. They're still snow boots. But yes, so who knows? Hopefully it just starts to get warmer anyway, because I need some warm weather. I need some natural vitamin D. Although I have been making sure to take my vitamin D even on my most sick of days. Although like when I was like super sick, I kept forgetting if I took it or not. So I would just take one at night just in case, even though like I should be taking 2 a day. But I was like, well, if I already took my actual 2 a day and I just forgot, I don't really need to take 2 more. So I'll just take 1, just err on the side of caution. So there's that. All right. Cool. Tight. This has been so fun. Whoop. Oh, poor Cricket. She's just so mad. Okay, I think that's going to be it for today, I think. Because, I mean, I have some other stuff saved, but I think, when and I feel like as beat up as my voice sounds, I do feel like this has given me a nice little boost of energy, which is very wonderful. But, yeah, I just think that something, whatever, I don't know. Some of the stuff I want to save for a day where I have like a little more energy, whenever that'll happen, because I swear to God, my brain is never fully functional. Oh well. So very exciting shit or whatever, something. You sound bad, but look wonderful. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie though, I don't hate the sound of my voice. I think it's actually it adds a little bit more character. But yeah, I'm gonna save that stuff for Monday, and I think we should just plan for going a little bit longer on Monday. Maybe I can actually like put something together for once in my life. We'll see. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to do it today. And we should plan for some more shenanigans on Monday, okay? Yeah, I think that's good. Yay. Well, thank you everybody for being here and putting up with my sick lady voice and whatever. And whatever this nonsense was. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye. I guess that just means we're having to do this again. Oh no.
To an end, stars are fading, lights descend. Thank you for this time we spent. Memories shared, hearts well mend. We had such a great time here. Laughter, love, and moments dear. Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will stand. Until the day we start turns into night. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew. Forever hold our nights to you. Holy goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.